All right, y'all. White America, the white conservative America, they've been losing their mind because Bad Bunny stormed into the Super Bowl halftime yesterday and gave us a cultural vibe that broke down and expanded the notion of the America to the Americas. Of course, Apple Music halftime show featured him singing in Spanish, did not sing a single word in English. It featured a number of entertainers who were there, who were watching it all. Of course, Lady Gaga sang, Ricky Martin sang. I mean, my goodness, he pays homage to the sugarcane history of Puerto Rico. And then again, it made it clear that the Americas is not just the United States. And at the end, he named all of the countries as well. And so it was an incredible performance. I absolutely enjoyed it. Now, of course, while that was happening, Crazy Deranged MAGA was having their Turning Point USA, so-called All-American halftime show. Wasn't even live. We now realize it was taped on Friday. They had 200 people in the room trying to make it seem like it was jam-packed. They couldn't even pack 1,000 people into that joint. It was a joke. Kid Rock was lip-syncing. It was absolutely awful and abysmal. And then they're just feeling themselves by saying, oh, my God, 6 million, 7 million, 10 million watched, where early estimates say that 135 million people watched the halftime show. 127 million watched the game. That means that if that holds up, it will be the largest viewed halftime in history. But boy, these folks have been crashing out. They have been losing their mind. They were going crazy. Donald Trump lost his mind tweeting. He posted on Truth Social. But then they showed video from Mar-a-Lago, and they actually had Bad Bunny's halftime up and not the folks over at Turning Point USA. I was cracking up laughing. I mean, I love to see these people just lose their mind because they couldn't handle all that color. Oh, Lord, right there, they were just losing it. Oh, they were just losing it. Just losing it. And so I thought it was lovely. But what it goes to show you, and then I told you, my book, White Fear, How the Browning of America is Making White Folks Lose Their Minds. And this is a perfect example, the crashing out. Now, if y'all want to see who is the lead cheerleader for white nationalist MAGA, it has to be that troll Megyn Kelly. So she was on Piers Morgan today, and she was just losing. Oh, my God, this was just awful. This is destroying America. Y'all want to see a deranged white woman? Here you go.
To get up there and perform the whole show in Spanish is a middle finger to the rest of America. Who gives a damn that we have 40 million Spanish speakers in the United States? We have 310 million who don't speak a lick of Spanish. This is supposed to be a unifying event for the country, not for the Latinos, not for one small group, but for the country. We don't need a black national anthem. We don't need a Spanish-speaking, non-English performer, and we don't need an ICE or America hater featured as our primetime entertainment.
Okay, what is the national language, officially the national language of the United States of America? I
mean, English. And there's been a push for many years to make it an official
you don't have one.
Documented thing.
You don't have one.
If you would have let me finish my comment, I would have pointed that out, that people have been pushing to make it official.
Okay, right, so you're trying to make official.
This attitude that you have right here is why you in Great Britain have lost your culture. You ceded your culture to a bunch of radical Muslims who came in and took over, and now it's gone. We're not allowing that here. Whether it's Hispanic, whether it's Muslim, it's not happening in the United States of America. That's why President Trump was elected. And whether it's Bad Bunny, who is American but refuses to speak English in his performances, or anybody else, we have to keep the Super Bowl, which is a quintessential American event. Football, that kind of football, is ours. They call it American football. And the halftime show and everything around it needs to stay quintessentially American. Not Spanish, not Muslim, not anything other than good old-fashioned American apple pie. There should be a meatloaf, maybe some fried chicken, and an English-speaking performer. That's what the Super Bowl should be.
Oye, esto es solo para los rumberos. siempre con mi guitarra, entonando acordes de celebración. La rumba me está llamando y hay que contestarle con sabor.
So that is Fiesta Pelos Rumberos by Al Beecher. That's from the Vanessa Williams movie Dance With Me. Y'all, and I posted on Instagram. Y'all, it's so many songs I got on my phone. I don't know what the hell they saying. Matter of fact, Kendrick was last year. I ain't know what the hell half of stuff he was saying. And he was speaking English. So, like, y'all, come on. I mean, these white folks crack me up. And so they can't stand the damn, lift their voice and sing. And so they were mad at Coco Jones. And so now they mad about this. And all they do is just wonk, wonk, wonk. And the NFL, like, they so stupid because the NFL is like, yo, we trying to go international. We trying to get paid. And that's all this is. But these folk are crashing out. And it's like Megyn's sitting here, like, we don't give a damn. And let me be real clear. I'm just being just straight up, no holds barred. Megyn, we don't give a fuck what you think. Like, not one. She can kiss my ass. Matt Walsh can kiss my ass. All them damn white supremacists who been cracking up can kiss my ass. Matter of fact, this one dude got mad. This one bar, he changed all the TV to the Turning Point USA. And the dude was like, I ain't come here for that. He's like, we don't want to hear that. He's like, but y'all serve tacos and margaritas. I mean, this is how dumb these people are. This is how dumb these people are. And I just sit here and go, really? Like, really? Again, Omi Congo, I have not seen these white folks this mad since Obama wore that tan suit.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That sounds about right historically. Right. And yeah, they were just raging like fire breathing raging. And it's interesting, you know, because there's video up there of them watching the halftime show at Mar-a-Lago, you know, Lindsey Graham all up in the picture and stuff, and how all of these guys who said they weren't going to watch it because they were going to watch the real American halftime show, how they know that all of this happened if they didn't watch it themselves? So you know they were watching it, even if they didn't watch it live, they watched it later because they had enough to say. And when it comes to this whole thing about, you know, Spanish, she's like Hispanic, Muslim, like just run down the things, whether religion, whether it's language. Okay, you want to talk about, oh, he's speaking in Spanish. You ever go to an opera, Megyn Kelly? You ain't seen got no problem with them singing in Italian, right? So it's just like, how you going to pick and choose here? But when it comes to Bad Bunny and this halftime show, one of the things that made me realize, and you just hinted at it, Roland, about the NFL going international, they have showed that America is actually in decline. Because you have the #1 artist in the world, who obviously is Puerto Rican, who is American, but he does not perform in the United States because of his fear of what ICE will do to his fans. So he doesn't even come here. He's the #1 artist. The NFL is playing 8 games this year overseas. So if she's talking about American football, we created it, they're looking at possibly having expansion teams overseas. So they're just like with NBA, just like with MLB. So people are moving on from America. And so while you want to embrace whiteness and keep declining, he had a performance that showed what unity is about. People are like, oh, it wasn't political. Everything about that show was political. And it was beautiful, from the diversity, just run down the list, we've been talking about it. And so he represented the America we want to see. He represented the promise of America. He put Puerto Rico on his back. And that is what they are so pissed off about. But at the same time, like you said, we don't care what they think because we're going forward. Because like he said, you know, we are America and we're not going to let them have it.
If you are one of the people, and this includes some of y'all black people who sound like them white evangelicals, these white conservatives who was just losing it over this on yesterday. This from me, from my heart, deep in my soul, this is what I want to say to y'all.
Kiss my entire ass.
Jolanda.
So, Roy, you would call him it, man. Who can go after Del Reese? But that's not the point. Here's the deal, Roland. First of all, they were all watching it. America is so stuck on capitalism. Why y'all ain't mad that they made a whole bunch of money last night? And yeah, y'all were watching. And I also heard that they were paying actors to go in there to watch the Kid Rock show. That was pre-filmed. But let me say this, Roland. My ex-husband was Colombian. And we think, and I didn't realize how American football is not the most popular sport around the world. When I was with my ex, and I was married in 91, with my ex, the World Cup, people kill people. You know, the highest paid athletes are soccer players. So not American football. And at the end of the day, the NFL wants to make money. And there are a lot of Latino people that want to pay to watch sports. And what I thought was brilliant about Bad Bunny was that he got people who normally didn't watch football to watch it. My stepson, who is Colombian, was watching the game with us last night. English is not his first language. And when I saw them, like, I didn't know Puerto Rican history like I do today after listening to everybody's commentary, but I saw how it affected my stepson. He was so happy to see his culture at a major sports event. And I saw babies. We had so many people from so many different cultures, and I'd never seen that before. Normally you watch the Super Bowl, it's a whole bunch of Black people. And so it absolutely was unifying. It also showed me, if I didn't know before, how similar Puerto Ricans are to Black Americans and the colonialism and what they take from us and the symbolism of the light-colored Puerto Rican flag and not the one where they tried to make it look American. So not only was it entertaining, not only did they make a whole bunch of money, not only was it the largest halftime show, not only was it the most viewed Super Bowl, which is what America's all about, capitalism, but it also was able to speak truth to power and tell us about culture and history of America that we all needed to learn. We needed to learn it. We needed to learn it. So thank you, Bad Bunny.
But Lawyer Bay, Thelma, the reality is this here. They don't want these other white folk to know about history. They don't want that. They want them to remain clueless.
Listen, there is never going to be a time where Megyn Kelly can tell me any damn thing, because the shit that just come out of her mouth just lets me know it's polluted. What we saw last night was American. It was so American because our culture, we have so many different cultures that allow this country to be as great as it is. If this country did not have minorities, we wouldn't have the rich history. It was time for the Latinas to have their moment at the Super Bowl with Bad Bunny. Regardless of, I didn't know what he was saying, but I was like, yeah, okay, yeah, get it, Bad Bunny. Like, I was like, you better be talking shit about Trump. That's what I kept saying. I was like, I know he talking shit because it sounds like, because the way that I know he talking shit. But I was like, I was so proud to be an American, to see this, to witness this, because we integrate these cultures, whether in the food that we eat or in the places that we travel. So why can't we see it on a big screen? And it always takes a Black person to move the needle. You have Jay-Z coming in and diversifying the Super Bowl. Then you have a Black choreographer who created his whole show. Her name is Charm LaDonna. She did Kendrick's show last year. So if we can't have a diverse culture coming in to create these stories that need to be told so we can feel it and be seen, then we're going to have a bunch of fucking pale, whitewashed, whack-ass entertainment. They done came over here on stolen land. They not even supposed to fucking be here. So by virtue, they are the ones that should be getting deported illegally. So I don't give a damn how these MAGA people feel. What happened last night, what we saw, needed to be seen, needed to be witnessed, needed to be on our screens, and we need more of that.
Listen, I dance to Shinsia and a lot of Jamaican artists. I don't know what they saying. I dance to soca. I might be salsa. It's a whole bunch of Afro beats. I ain't got no clue what they saying, but it's still a vibe. Yo, I posted on Instagram. Hey, man, Carlos Santana got some songs. I don't know what the hell they saying, but we jamming. So I'm just sitting there trying to understand. I'm like, y'all sitting here tripping. I just think it's stupid. And so the white meltdown is hilarious. And I'm going to say it again. Ain't shit y'all can do about it. Y'all can sit here and run your ass and have your little kid rock Clanchella. Y'all can do whatever y'all want to. But guess what? We ain't going. I keep trying. Listen, the basis of our book, I said it. The numbers are not turning back. Y'all could try to sit here and hold on all y'all can. And again, and there's some Negroes out there mad as well. This is not right. This is an American event. Man, go sit your ass down. They didn't want us in the game anyway, okay? So remember, last year, they bitched about Kendrick. It was too black. It was awful. It was rap. Now, hold up. Last year, you had all kind of flag waving going on. Sam Jackson was dressed up like Uncle Sam. See, it's going to be something else. And so, listen, I thought it was fire. I loved it. And if you didn't like it, we don't care. We really don't care. We don't care at all. So, whatever. Y'all just keep running your mouths. It don't matter.